balance. Do you think this is balanced? So have you got the goal? So what's the goal of my, so let's say I'm writing the team. Why am I writing the team? What's my purpose?
Party.
Right. Is it like a very formal party or informal party?
Informal.
Right, okay, so it's the informal party, it's it's all stars, right? Okay, so, do you think it's balanced? Do you think it's a positive email? Pretty positive?
Yes.
Yeah, right? And so is it, would you say it's a positive, a balanced email then? That's pretty good, right? So it's balanced. Let's look at, is it effective?
No.
No. So have I delivered my message with a clear and direct subject line? No. There's no clear and direct subject line. What about the first sentence? Do I know what the email is about in the first sentence?
No.
No. So that's not helpful. Where do I find out what the email is about? Where do you find out if you're the reader? Right. So it's not a very effective email, right? They have to read too much before they can figure it out. Okay. So let's go to the next one. So here we can say it's okay, the B is okay, but the E, right? We have to keep on reading to see what the purpose is. All right, let's look at T. Is it task oriented? Do we have all the information that the reader needs?
Yes, there is a not organized, but not organized.
So you're inviting me to a party. What information do I need?
Restaurant.
The restaurant and?
Time.
So we know the restaurant?
Yes.
We know, but we don't know?
The date.
Where is ABC restaurant? Yep. And then what else? Date we don't know. She asked us to RSVP before the 27th, but that's not the date of the dinner, right? So it's not task oriented. There's no deadline. I mean, there's a deadline. Please let us know. But we don't know when the date is, so we can't really RSVP, so it's not good. What about alright, so that's the T. So, when is the party? What about the next T? Is it tactful? Is it polite? Good tone?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's an informal event, and the tone is pretty informal, neutral to informal. It's quite chatty, right? We've got, how do we know it's informal? We've got dear team. What else tells you it's informal? Yeah. Like, we look forward to seeing you. That's quite positive. Usually in business English, we don't use a lot of explanation points, right? If we're doing business writing, sorry. Right? And also sometimes the things like it's, those kind of things we might leave out, right? Yeah, so. Okay, is it error-free? Any spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes? Anything? Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. The grammar's good. Everything is fine. And then what about the last one? Is it reader-friendly? No. What's the problem with this?
No point from paragraph. Too lengthy.
Yeah, there's no paragraph break, no bullet points, things like that. So it's kind of a strain on our eyes trying to figure out what's happening, right?
Yes.
And then if you want to refer to the email again tomorrow, read it all over again, right? Whereas if we have a bullet point, you can just go straight, yeah? So it's not very read friendly. Right, exactly. So. So the next thing I'm going to get you to do then is I'm going to get you to have a look at some more of these extracts. So we did A. We're going to look at B, C, D here. you want to take a piece of paper with you and just write the letters better. If you don't have a piece of paper with you, maybe you can just use this. Yeah. So then just take a look. So you want to write the letter. So if you come here, write the letter C and put, if it's a B, yes. If there's a problem with the B, say what the problem is. So basically what you want to do is, okay, let me see if I have, I can run out and get you some paper if you don't have any paper. Give me a minute, I'll get you some paper. So basically write down this, and do the same thing here. If it's okay, you can just leave it empty, and if you want to take notes, you can just write it down. Okay, let me grab you some paper so you can do that. Okay. Okay, if anybody needs paper, let me know. Hold on a second. Wait a second. So, you're too hardworking. Here's some paper if you need. Okay, there you are. Okay. Just because we have so many people in the room, I've done 2 sets. So these 2 tables, you guys look at the yellow papers, and these 3 tables can look at the purple, right? So we don't have 10 people looking at one paper. So work with your partner, work with the person next to you, go find the paper, and then, so you guys have got a partner, then maybe we tune in, think you guys can go together, right? And we've all got partners, and then you guys will go together. So you guys are looking at the yellow. Make sure you write the B, C, D on the top while you're at it. And bring along the criteria so you can remember the criteria, just in case. Why don't you go over where Omar is? There's so many people in the line. You want to go over there? There's more space. Watch your shoes. There you go. That's better. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It's fine. It's fine. It's just as long as we don't have 20 people at one paper, we're good. Maybe Omar likes purple. Yeah, because if you're
三个吧，不知道哦。
where, how, Okay, let's just see when you're ready. All right. So maybe about 5 more minutes. You should be finishing up. Should be on your last email. Yeah, if you're a reader, do you know what to do? After you read this, are you like, okay, I know what to do? No, right? Yeah. It's not very effective. Is there a deadline? Yeah, not very helpful at all. Okay, when you're ready, take a seat. They're all the same, yeah? The purple and the yellow are the same. So if you read all the purple, you can take a seat. Yeah. So you should have A, B, C. I mean B, C, D. We already did A. B, C, D. I was wondering why I was missing copies, but Kent took his copies. All right. So one more minute. One more minute, and let's check it out. Still have a couple more things before we go today. Okay, let's everybody take a seat. We'll go through it together. Don't worry if you haven't. We can look at it together. So if we don't all have it, it's okay.
서시는
Let's look at B. The other thing I meant to tell you guys, before I forget, again, there's so many things to tell on the first day, is that at the end of the sessions, I will turn these into a PDF and send it to you. Okay, so don't worry about taking photos and da-da-da-da-da. I'll send you the PDF. The thing is, most of the stuff that is here is on those two documents, but I don't mind sending. If I don't send it every week, I'll send it every other, twice in a row. Okay, so don't worry about that. Yes, okay. Let's look at it together. Okay, let's go with B first. So what do we think about B? Is it balanced? Are they trying to keep a good relationship with their customers? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, this one, okay, this is where we get into the differences often in culture. And what I know from working here and working with clients here is that Malaysian style is quite formal. This one, for the purposes of this course, is a little bit cold. It is cold, right? Do you see why I think it's a bit cold and distant? What's cold about it? It's very formal. If they're trying to have, if you really are thinking of your customers as valued, then what do you think of language like this? Do you feel like a valued customer? No, right? First of all, you have to put my name there. Or maybe this is an email, right? So you haven't put anybody's name on it. Yeah. And then, does this sound like a sincere? Doesn't sound very sincere, right? It's very standard. It's like a computer-generated phrase, right? So people do this when they're in a hurry. But yeah, it's not balanced as in you're not trying to be a customer-centered, right? You're getting your idea apart. Yes, you're telling people this is what's happening. But if you think about back in the day when everybody was closing down for lockdown, you might say something, stay safe, or something like that. Something a little warmer, right? To just give a nicer relationship, right? So I think that's the thing here.
just being polite.
Right, so this is where I'm talking about. So any inconvenience is regretted. So is it sincere? Who regrets it? Do you regret it? You don't say we regret or how did regret, right? You know what I mean? So I know it's a really good question because it's one you see all of the time. But it's not very, it's not very sincere. So yeah, it's things like how to regret or we regret and we, those kind of things, just to make it a little bit warmer. Yes. And just this kind of language, like until they deem it shall, sounds very, again, super formal.
So it's not bad.
Would you say that to your customer if your customer was standing in front of you? Would you say to your customer, we will open when we deem, when authorities deem it shall be okay? You wouldn't, right? You say, we'll open again as soon as we hear from the authorities or as soon as we're allowed to by the authorities. So yeah, that's what we're talking about there. Yeah. All right, so is it effective? So does the reader have all the information that they need? What do you think?
Yes.
So we know it's closed.
The time from when to when.
We know from when to when.
And why.
But we don't know which store.
Yeah,
There could be more than one or all of them.
could be, yep. Right, maybe a little bit more information than that. I think also if I need to contact them,
Where do we
there's
contact
no
them?
point of contact, right? So if I'm, because everybody had lots of questions, what do I do with my returns? I'm gonna miss, or what happens if, so maybe a little bit of help there. Please contact our customer service for any questions or something like that. I think that might be the other thing. The timeline, is it there? Is there a schedule? Yes. I think if I was being, well, it kind of goes to reader friendly. Yeah, so we know the dates. Yeah, okay. Anything else that we're missing there? I think it's okay, the dates, yeah. Is it tactful? I think we talked about it. What's the tone like? Is it friendly? Is it a bit cold? Right, we talked about that. And is it error-free? There's one small mistake. Did anybody pick up on it? Small error. One of the words should be two words. Yeah, that should be hyphenated. Yeah. So, well done for the eagle-eyed people who picked up on that. I don't know if I would have picked up on it right away, but yes, that should be hyphenated, so it's not error-free. And above stated will be open. And what's the above stated? We don't know, right? We go back to Sherry. Where's the store? Which store, right? And is it reader friendly?
No.
No. What would you do to improve it? Make it reader friendly. Yeah, I think maybe bring the date out a bit more, right? Maybe have it as separate.
Yeah.
Or bold or something. Yeah? Yeah, we don't need to mention about rules and
No longer we open.
yeah, so maybe make it, it's kind of repetitive. You're right? You're repeating. But closed is not going to be open, in case you don't understand what closed means. So it's repetitive. We don't need that. Yeah, well spotted. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, let's see if we got everything. Yeah. Right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. What do you guys think about this one? Well, let's think about first. What's this email about?
How do I make the payment?
Yeah, right? So maybe someone wrote to ask for further extra information, right? And is it balanced, do you think?
No.
Yeah, it's not very, what's the problem with it?
A lot of problems.
Or like what's good about it, right? All right.
Nothing good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you feel if you opened this as a reader? Do you think they're thinking about their relationship with the reader?
No.
No. Yeah, it's the opposite, right? So, is it effective?
No.
What's the problem with it?
No clear directions for the payment information.
Yeah.
When to
Right.
make payment.
Yeah. You get the idea that maybe it's a copy and paste job, right? Maybe they went into the contract,
Yeah.
copied it and stuck it in the email and said, there you go, you know. So it's not really helpful. So if it's someone writing, maybe they didn't understand the contract fully. Your job as
Yeah.
customer service would be to explain it,
Mm.
but instead you're just sending back the same info, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What is that?
Yeah. Do you know what to do with this information? as a
No.
reader? So it's not task oriented. Is it tactful? Are they thinking about
No.
No.
tone? What do you think of the tone,
Nothing.
the style?
Bad.
Yeah.
Or all key.
What's bad about the style?
Capital letter very bold.
Yeah. And then also, it's very formal, right? So there's a lot. What do you think of the language, the vocabulary they choose? Shall make aforementioned.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like,
It's very kind of sounds like a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Right? Is it error-free? Any spelling or grammar mistakes? I think it's, except for the capital letter, which is
Yeah.
more of a contract thing, right? But yeah, it's okay in terms of spelling and grammar.
yes,
And how about the structure of the email, the way it's organized? Is that helpful? I mean, it's got paragraphs, right? But yeah, it was better. How would you make this look